What's up, you guys? Chase the Dark Sage here, and today we're back with another video. And in today's video, we'll be looking over the new, or should I just say revamped, Viz Manga App. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, Viz Media kind of revamped their old Viz Media app or Viz Manga app into now a streaming-like service for manga, just like their Shonen Jump app. Now, I know some of you guys are asking, are the Shonen Jump titles that are on the Shonen Jump app actually on the Viz Manga app? No. Are the subscriptions transferable, meaning that if I pay for the Shonen Jump app, do I get the Viz Manga app subscription as well? No. They are two different things when it comes to the actual app itself. Now, you can use the same account, but you actually can't use your subscription from one app and transfer it over to the other app. You have to pay for both apps separately, but it's pretty easy, and plus it's less than $6 a month anyways for a whole bunch of manga that you can read over the month itself. So we shouldn't really have a problem with whether one series is on this app and another series is on this app. $1.99 for a series. Volume itself costs like $9.99 from Viz Media. Sometimes even more depending on the actual edition it is. So we shouldn't be complaining about which series is on what app, and you know, there's too much diversity or too much happening on two different apps. It's all right. For branding purposes, I like the Shonen Jump app. I love the Shonen Jump app. I still use the Shonen Jump app to this day. I actually have a review of it on the channel, so if you want to check it out, go ahead. My thoughts are still the same from that review itself, because the Shonen Jump app is honestly amazing when it comes to paying $2.99 a month, which is, I know it's so much, but for paying $2.99 a month and being able to read 100 chapters a day from any of the series that's available on the app itself, it's a pretty good deal. But now we have that Viz Manga app, and we just have to pay $1.99 a month, and we get to read 100 chapters too, and there's a whole bunch of other series on there as well. There's a bunch of shoujo, and I tell you guys not to touch that shoujo. No, I'm just playing. Don't attack me, please. I'm just playing. For the shoujo connoisseurs out there, y'all are gonna love this Viz Manga app, because I heard that there's some series on here that are out of print, super out of print, that you guys might want to read. And if you guys are mad that you're able to read it on this app, but you weren't able to buy it, well, that's not my problem right there. Either way, we're going to be taking a look at the Viz Manga app on my iPad and on a cell phone, that we can see which experience is the best, and basically just how it looks on both platforms itself. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead, like the video, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below if you guys are actually thinking about getting the Viz Manga app. I know a lot of you guys are saying, like, you know, I don't want to try it out, I don't want to buy it out, I want to see what series are on there first, which is understandable, but you can still download the app and get some free chapters, at least the free latest chapters from certain series that are actually being released simulpub / weekly on the app itself. Pretty good deal, right? I know. And don't forget to follow me on all my socials. All my links will be in the description down below. So, let's take a look at the Shonen Jump. Let's take a look at the Viz Manga app. All right, guys, so I know this setup is a bit jank, but go ahead, bear with me. Right here is a Shonen Jump app, which I was previously talking about, and you will see that there's not many differences when it comes to the actual look and format of the Shonen Jump app to the actual Viz app. And I just want to give you guys a quick look at the actual Shonen Jump app before we jump to the Viz app. That way you guys can see how similar these two apps are, but how different the catalogs are in both of these apps itself. And as you can see, there's plenty of series from the Shonen Jump app, like Naruto, Death Note, Tokyo Ghoul, Food Wars. There's a whole bunch of other series on Shonen Jump, but today we're going to be focusing on the Viz app. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual Viz app itself. And right here we do have the Viz app, and like I said, it's not too much different from the actual Shonen Jump app itself. It's actually called the Viz Manga app right here, but you guys get the picture right here. Right here, this is where I guess they're gonna have a banner for some of the promotions that they're gonna be running in terms of like, oh, what series they're gonna be having, or what new chapters are actually out right here. I actually do like this little sliding feature / motion that they have at the top right here to let you know, like, oh, like Call of the Night has a new chapter, or Komi K Communicate has a new chapter. I actually do like that, especially with them kind of rolling out this app pretty, you know, fairly new. So now right here we have latest free chapters right here, and as you can see, there's some Komi, there's Call of the Night, Mao. I don't know anything about that series. I just know it's by Rumiko Takahashi, the same person behind Inuyasha. And we got Persona 5, which is a series I actually do need to read digitally. So I'm glad that we do have an app like the Viz Manga app. That way I can actually read this digitally instead of me having to go to the actual shelf, having to pull out the volume. There's so much that I have to actually go through itself. And right here you can see that there's actually some iconic shoujo series like Ao Harurai, which I need to actually get into. Nana, I'm a Koi, Now I'm in Love, Absolute Boyfriend. There's a whole bunch of other series, and we also have the Horror Master Junji Ito section right here with a whole bunch of Junji Ito series. I know a lot of you guys actually recommend me to read Uzumaki. We have Black Paradox, which I wish this app was actually existing before I actually read Black Paradox, but I've already read it, didn't really enjoy it, but either way, it's still right here. We have Gyo, Remina, and Venus. I guess we don't have Tomie yet, but I'm pretty sure they're probably rolling some stuff out when it comes to this manga app right here. And then we have La Quinta Camera, Saiyan Chronicles, Care, First Love, and then we have a promotion for the Shonen Jump app right here. We got award-winning creators, Cats of the Louvre, Tekken, Incret, Oshinobo, La Carte, Urusei Yatsura, which I know has an anime on Netflix, I believe. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Like, they have a whole Rumiko Takahashi section with Inuyasha, Mao, Mason, Ikoku, and Rama 1/2. Come on, dog. Like, what can you not like about this app? And at the bottom of the app right here, you see that there's a home feature, which we're on right now. We have favorites, downloads, purchases, and account. Now, if you do have an account and you actually pay for the subscription itself, this is where you would go to see your actual downloads in terms of like the manga that you want to read offline when you're not connected to the actual internet right here. Obviously, I have none because I haven't really went through this and seen what manga series I want to download and kind of actually want to keep on the device for like a week. Because once you download a series, it stays on here for a week, then it deletes itself, but it'll still keep track of where you actually were in the manga itself. Right here, we have the favorites feature, and sadly, I wish this was kind of different from the actual Shonen Jump app, because since I linked my same account from the Shonen Jump app to this app right here, it counts all my favorites from that app onto this app as well, and it kind of puts them all together. So if I go to a series that's on the Shonen Jump app, but it's not on this app, well, then it's going to tell me to buy the volumes. But if I go to a series that's actually on this app and not on the Shonen Jump app, well, it's going to show me, you know, the chapters and things like that, or the volumes I could buy. But right here, we go to chapters. You can actually go ahead and read the chapters that are available on the app right here. Like I said, I hate that some of the Shonen Jump series are actually on here and shows up as my favorites. I wish they were kind of, you know, a bit divisive when it comes to, oh, on my Shonen Jump app, I have my favorites, but on my Viz Manga app, I have my different favorites. Instead, since I do have the same account and I'm using the same account, all my favorites are shown right here. I know, don't look at the Boruto. Don't look at the Boruto. I have the Boruto right there because, you know, I was trying to keep track of where I was at in Boruto, you get me? But either way, it does keep track of some of the series that you want to favorite from the Shonen Jump app or the Viz Manga app. And right here, we have the purchase page, which I'm not buying anything digitally that's available physically. You guys already know how I am. I like to read my series physically or digitally if they are available digitally, but I'm not buying a PDF. I'm not buying a PDF. That's not my style. I'm not buying a PDF. I'm not buying a PNG. That's not my style. So obviously I have no purchases, but in case you guys do make purchases tied to the account that you have on this account right here, well, then they'll show up right here. But obviously I have none, but I'm pretty sure like a digital volume is like $6.99. So you get a pretty good amount of chapters to read when you actually buy a volume for $6.99. But like I said, the actual subscription itself, it's $1.99 a month. So go ahead and just do that. And right here we have the account section, which I'm not going to show you guys anything super personal, but right here you can see that this is my account right here. I have the same exact account that I use from the Shonen Jump app onto this app as well. And we see that we have the Viz Manga subscription right here as well. And it shows that you are currently a subscriber, and it shows all the things that actually come with it. Like your subscription is set to automatically renew each month. You can access 100 chapters in a current day, and you got about 12 hours left before the actual limit resets itself. So it's a pretty good amount of stuff. And I do like the little sliding thing right here. Like we got my boy Pun right here. We got some other series right here as well. Junji Ito, Komi, and Inuyasha. I like the little sliding feature that they have on this actual app right here. And you get to continue reading. You can have the theme where you can actually make the app in light mode or dark mode, manage the downloads, so you can just delete everything from your downloads pretty quickly. And you have some other app features itself. But honestly, like I said, this app, pretty good. There's plenty of things when it actually comes to actually using this app to read manga itself. We have Call the Night, which has a physical in America, so go ahead and check that out if you want to. There's a whole bunch of chapters, and obviously the physicals in America ain't nowhere caught up to that. We also have Komi Can't Communicate, which is a series that is already too long as it is, but we have like 400 chapters for you to read of Komi Can't Communicate that we do not have in the physical format in America as of the recording of the video right here. There's a whole bunch of series. Don't look at that case closed. I know you're looking at that case closed. You're like, man, I really wanted to get into that series. Don't look at that. We don't need to look at that. And we got a little anime tie-in section right here, which is really super dope when it comes to newer fans wanting to get into the series and they want to kind of get into the manga since they've seen the anime actually air. And you know, it's a pretty good way to actually get newer fans into the actual manga itself. And we got binge-worthy drama series, which we have Not Simple, which I actually do have the physical of, which is, it's all right. It's kind of like Pun, but it's all right. It's a very depressing story. I will say that right there. And we got some Your Kingdom Awaits. I don't know what that is, but yeah, the Viz Manga app. Let me know what you guys think about it. Honestly, I'm super happy to see that there's another app or other Viz Media titles outside of the actual Shonen Jump stuff. And let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details compiled by my boy Manga Alerts from Twitter. Go ahead and check his Twitter out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. We're gonna go ahead and go over some of the details that he's compiled in a list on a tweet thread. All right, guys, like I said earlier, do not forget to follow Manga Alerts. He did compile this whole tweet thread right here to give us some great information, some pertinent information when it comes to this actual Viz Manga app right here. And right here, he says that they added a total of 142 new titles. 142. That's a lot. That's a lot. Don't cap. Y'all not even reading that much. Y'all barely reading about 3 to 4 titles. 142? Psh, That's a lot. And we also got Viz Media tagged 12 titles to be simulpub, which I think means whenever it's released in Japan, it'll be released on the actual English version of the app itself. I believe. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, like I said. And 23 titles are website only, meaning that if you have a subscription, you can go on the actual website for Viz Manga. You can actually read those series. I know series like Hell's Paradise was one of the series that I had to access through the actual Shonen Jump part of the website on Viz.com because obviously it was a bit age restricted. So I had to go on the actual Viz.com website itself, the browser, to actually read Hell's Paradise. But when it comes to other series that aren't age restricted, obviously they'll be in the app itself. 16 titles are missing chapters. Obviously we've seen that some of the titles from the B-roll are missing a few chapters, but they'll probably be filled in here and there. But yeah, right here, more in the thread, he goes that here are some of the complete lists that are the following: simulpub titles, online only, simulpub titles you can access in the app, and website only titles right here. And side note, I didn't know where there was numbering discrepancies in Black Lagoon itself. So yeah, right here, he has a whole little spreadsheet right here. Obviously I'm blocking it, so hopefully I can make it big right here. But yeah, there's a whole little spreadsheet. I'm not going over every single series, but there's a whole bunch of information that if you guys do want to check this out, go ahead, go to his Twitter. I'll leave a link to this thread in the description down below, or I'll probably put it as the pinned tweet itself. And right here, here's an example of Black Lagoon right here, kind of having discrepancy between the chapters itself. So that way you guys have a look at it. Here's a complete list of titles that are following, completed titles up to the latest release. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of series right here that I'm probably just gonna B-roll and put some images over so that way you guys can look at it. But like I said, if you want an in-depth look at this, go ahead, go to the tweet thread itself. And here are some of the completed titles itself. There's a lot of stuff on this actual app itself. Like I said, he has a whole tweet thread that you guys can check out. I'm not going to go over every single piece of information on this tweet thread because honestly it speaks for itself, how much work he's put into it and actually looking into this, while I'm just a video reviewer just kind of telling you guys about this information right here. But yeah, let's go ahead and actually look at the phone version of the app because, well, I've shown you the iPad version, but most of you guys are probably reading this type of manga on your phone. So let's go ahead and look at it. And before we actually dip out of the video, let's go ahead and actually take a look at what the Viz Manga app looks like on the phone itself. I know we just had a look at what it looks like on the tablet, but let's have a look to see what it actually looks like on the phone real quick. Right here we had the same sliding feature that was on the actual iPad version itself, and we got the latest chapters as usual with Komi, Call of the Night, Mao, and we have the iconic shoujo. Basically it's just like the actual iPad version itself, except, well, it's obviously, you know, in portrait mode instead of landscape itself. But if you want to read a manga series, you know, page by page, like single page by single page, this is the best way to go for it, especially when you're on the go and you just want to bust out a chapter or two. Go ahead and read it like this. But if you like me, you like to sit back on the couch, relax, read manga on the iPad, see those nice double page spreads on a very long landscape like screen, go ahead, check out the actual iPad/tablet version, because trust me, you're not losing whenever you choose that version. But honestly, this app moves smoothly right here. I have no problems with it. It's literally just like the Shonen Jump app itself, so I have no problems with this at all. Obviously, as the years go on, there's going to be some more series that trickle into here. I know that there's some series that are missing, so they'll probably fill in the gaps later on, but as of now, this app is pretty good, honestly, and I'm running this on an iPhone 14 Pro, so your mileage may vary when it comes to the actual smoothness of the app itself. But I do find that on my old iPhone 11, apps like the Shonen Jump app kind of moved a bit sluggish compared to the actual iPhone 14, where they moved a lot more smoother because there's more hertz in the actual phone itself. Let me know what you guys think about the Viz Media app down below. But that's about it for the overview/tour of the Viz Manga app on iPad and on iPhone. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're actually going to get this. Let me know if there's some series on here that are going to make you actually get the subscription or not, or some series that you actually wish for that are produced by Viz Media on this actual app that you really want, or that you already seen, that you already, like, you know, you're pretty interested in, but you're kind of on the fence on it, but because of this app you're gonna try it out yourself. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, thank you guys for watching, and if you are new to the channel, you haven't already, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, like the video, post notification bell, and as usual, I gotta give a huge shout out to my Patreon pledgers for going ahead financially supporting the channel. Guys, I highly appreciate what you guys are doing for me, financially donating on Patreon, and I gotta give a huge shout out to the YouTube members for also financially donating on the YouTube side of things as well. Big shout out to Broke Boy Gang, because we're not gonna go broke over this app, because it's just $1.99 a month. It's $1 less than the actual Shonen Jump app. We're saving so much money, and you get to read about 100 chapters a day from a whole plethora of series that you were probably on the fence on, but now that you can pay that $1.99 a month, you can read some of that series, and you can kind of dictate whether you want to actually buy the series physically or not, obviously if it's available. But that's about it. That's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for watching. Dark Sage out. Peace. Back in it, baby, just staying in town. I'm on the edge, I ain't coming down. I get too high, I'm afraid of the ground. I'm young and I'm paid to play with these sounds. Ignoring the call, she shutting that down. Started at the top and I'm taking it down off the champagne. Took a break from the brown on a rampage. I've been giving it brown. Shawty been solid some time now. I'm a life for the wine, dine, and I'm with it. Look where we started and